now I'm in this pub. I haven't even been here before. I haven't told anyone.
That's not important. Look, I've got some stuff I had to share.
Right, okay. Moon landings were faked.
You are holding undeniable proof that humans have never been to the moon.
You, my dear, have some serious issues that need to be worked out.
Don't do that. Patronise me, you know I hate it.
Sorry. Go on, tell me what you were going to say.
Right, where to begin? There's so much that doesn't make sense. Okay, the Van Allen bells.
The Van Allen what?
Well, there's this area of radiation that's surrounding the air. Travel through that and you get a nice dose of radioactivity.
There's proof of this.
Yeah, it's theorised by some guy called Nicholas Christy something.
Only theorised?
Yes, and then proven by the Explorer 1 satellite.
What does NASA say?
That the astronauts weren't there long enough for it to be an issue.
Well, there you go then. There's your explanation. But instead you choose to believe in these grand conspiracies.
You can't just believe it's true because they said it's true.
Oh yes, I can. See me, believing them. Look at me believing them as I finish my point. And this is me believing them as I leave.
Well, what about the film footage on the moon?
What about it?
Well, for starters, there's the sky in the footage. There's no stars in the sky, but the moon has no atmosphere, so in theory, it should be starrier than any night on Earth.
Yes, again, in theory. You keep believing in speculation. It could just be glare from the sun. There's no proof of this. You keep believing in sinister somethings.
We have to question these things, though. Just because it's official sounding doesn't mean it's not a lie.
Okay, here's what happened. A group of men visited our neighbour the moon. They were the first ones there, and as a result dealt with things never dealt with before and unique conditions never encountered. Simple as that. You know, strange things were asked about it. But instead you choose to believe that the US government, despite having vast sums of money, couldn't even put together a realistic moon landing film in the same year that Stanley Kubrick filmed 2001: A Space Odyssey.
But you don't understand. That's what they want you to believe. You're so hopelessly dependent on believing whatever they say that you become blind to it.
Don't be so naive, Christy.
I'm not naive. Naive means having or showing a lack of experience, judgment or information. And I'm quite certain I was very well informed.
What are you doing in here? This is the men's. Get out of here right now.
Oh, fine. So how much do you really know about the JFK assassination? I intend to prove to you how well informed I am on this stuff. This stuff here is fact.
You know, you technically aren't allowed in the building, right?
Yeah, I just said I'm leaving at the door. The man at the door was really nice to me.
Probably because you're not taking your cameras.
Oh, it must be a torturous existence being you.
It's true. But anyway, no, I haven't thought much about the assassination of JFK. I've heard a little. I guess you have, huh?
I definitely have. Did you know, in 1964, the Warren Commission concluded there was no persuasive evidence that Lee Harvey Oswald was in conspiracy to kill the president.
Who's the Warren Commission?
It's the President's Commission on the Assassination of President Kennedy. It's their unofficial name.
So, a group that does nothing but obsess over the assassination of JFK is either there's more than meets the eye. Well, what a surprise. They wouldn't have much to do if they concluded everything was as it seemed.
Well, they wouldn't have had to if it wasn't something suspicious around the circumstances, would they?
Unless they were set up to create confusion in the first place.
Okay, now you're sounding like a believer in conspiracies.
Well, wait a minute. I've been hanging out with you way too much.
So this one really isn't questionable. The reason there's so many possible theories is because of the overwhelming number of eyewitness accounts.
Like what?
Well, for starts, the number of shooters is disputed. And the rifle that they said Oswald had been using cannot be fired more than once in 2.5 seconds. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Explain that.
Eyewitnesses aren't exactly the most reliable folk in the world. Of all the hundreds of Titanic survivors, they couldn't even tell reporters whether the ship was broken apart or not when it sank. Fear and panic was even large masses of people to have conflicting opinions on that.
Even US Marines said they couldn't have made that shot. They couldn't even come close. I'm telling you, it's a cover-up.
I heard of a lunatic claim that aliens were behind the assassination. As I said earlier, some of these people look for conspiracies where there are none. Instead of looking for evidence, they can find whatever they want to find, and then try to make the evidence fit the facts, relying on coincidence to get the job done.
Just because those people that discover these theories aren't dressed in suits and get interviewed by reporters that are half laughing at them. The truth is destined to forever fall into obscurity.
This is getting way too deep for me. Can I just get on with my work?
Only if you can see there's something weird about this JFK thing.
No, I refuse to believe in random nonsense he's probably stumbled upon on a random website or a late night TV show. It's been quoted as fact. I'm not as easily swayed as you.
Yeah, so this was fine until you chose to personally attack me. I'll leave you to your work now, okay?
Wait, Chrissy, wait. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just stressed at work. Tell me where you are at the moment. I'm sorry about that. I'll make it up to you.
No, you can make up to me right now.
Anything you like.
You can listen to my thoughts on 9/11?
You're like a stubborn force of nature sometimes.
Yeah, that's why you love me.
So what about 9/11 then? Did the Russian mafia fly planes into the Twin Towers?
No, I don't think the towers collapsed due to plane impacts at all.
And quite clearly planes flew into the towers. Majority of New York City saw it, as well as anyone with news producing media.
I'm not saying the planes never hit the towers, just that that's not what made them fall down. It was a controlled explosion.
By who?
The American government, to give them the excuse to create all that mess in the Middle East.
Okay, I'll delay my comments until after your proof of this.
Okay, let's start with the buildings themselves. According to reports, the towers collapsed because of the heat weakening the structure. But they were built from materials built to withstand many times fires, many times hotter than jet fuel.
Says who?
The people that supplied the materials for the towers to be built.
Well, of course they say that build materials are amazing.
Yeah, but the majority of the fire appears to burn outside the towers, and all the footage shown too.
But could have spread.
In only an hour, and creating only grey smoke, which is what fire creates when it's going out.
Touché.
When it says the rate that the towers collapsed, they fell straight down, despite being hit in the middle and on the side. Now, I did maths, physics, and design technology at college, and some of the rules of physics must have been broken for that to be true. Arguing with me on this point will result in your swift and untimely demise.
Fine, fine. You win this point.
Oh, I do? Are you letting me win just because you feel guilty about earlier?
Maybe.
Oh, you love me enough to go all passive on me.
What do you do with all these notes anyway? You're so secretive about it all.
Yeah, I'm afraid you'll laugh at me and mock me.
I'm not giving you all time anyway. What difference would this make?
Oh, if that's your attitude, I'll never tell you.
Fine, fine. I won't mock you this time.
Cross your heart and hope to die?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
With the cherry on top?
With the cherry on top.
Okay, basically, I run this collection of communities online, like forums and chat rooms and things. We talk about conspiracy theories, and then I make my notes into well-written papers and I publish them online for people to read. You going to say anything?
Like what?
I don't know, react in any way, shape or form.
It sounds interesting. You have some interesting hobbies, Mrs. Ellis.
You have some weird reactions sometimes, Mr. Smith.
Yes. She was the one running the conspiracy theorist network. She knew too much. She had to be taken care of. Yes. I'll take care of everything. Thank you, Mr. President.